I just want to start off by saying thank you, God. I think it's something I have to say as much as I can. You have to be thankful because I just realized this purpose don't even think about their own future, especially the child. Like, but I'm glad they don't. I really don't wish them the best, and I know they won't get the best. So I think they should enjoy what they enjoy now, and then when the time comes, I guess that's the price of being fierce when you're not fierce. Um, 2 seconds ago I just saw this picture, like it's a video or not video. It's my Instagram feed. Somebody brought something funny up with kids, and there's this black little girl, and even now, let me see, even now they try to like create some kind of stimulation, sensation, and try to like make me feel something that they try to make it feel similar to what I felt maybe when I was a kid, but she try to change it. It's disgusting. I was looking at a picture of me when I was like 9 or 10 years old, right, third grade, and around that time there was a kid that was like a year or two younger than me, and I remember I had like this like weird feeling we're about the same age, and try to apply that but onto this like baby here. I'm a grown adult man. That they try to use things that they want me to feel like I felt like when I was in third grade. It's so nasty. It's so nasty. And they use this fucking trash that are so trash that they have sold their own kids. And it's fun. Listen, there's no risk in regard of what they're doing right now. All the risk is not about now. The risk is the future of how this trash are gonna be. When you put people in this circumstance, it's a matter of time it's gonna come to you. It's for sure it's gonna come to you. I don't think this trash think, okay, 10 years from now, am I gonna be normal? Hell no, you're not gonna be normal. What you mean? Especially the children. They have this teenager shit that they've been. Listen, I've seen grown women older than me, seeing them how retarded they can be. So I'm like, you're not that far from this like teenage retards. You're not that far from that. You can be old enough to be their mother, but look at the level of retardation you're at. So this low life, they have nothing. This is feeling like God. Right now they destroy my organs. I was watching this animation with like demons, and I can't wait, demons. Actually, fucking sad, pathetic low life. However, I'm dying. Whatever is riding out of me, I'm guarantee you the surprise that you're gonna get is gonna be more surprising than mine. And I've seen it in real time. They've seen it in real time, and still like, oh no, really? Still don't think of anything. And so I had to speak because they destroyed my organs with this DoD technology, right? 21st century weapon system. This is what it really is about. That's what they can rewire my brain this fashion. That's why they can play my brain to have some kind of reaction and stimulations, and play my brain to even try to kind of create something that they want to feel like is similar to me in third grade. Then try to apply it onto this kid. And in my brain, like, no, but it's in third grade, that means like you're 10, 9 years old. I don't know how old is this kid, but what they try to make me feel is like, she looked like more like 6-ish or something like that. But they try to make me feel like me when I was like 9-year-old, and I remember there was this kid that was about the same age as me, and I'm like, Jesus, can you be close? Imagine I'm close to 40 and you are here trying to create this. So we mapped it. It is so disgusting. The way they rewire your brain and then try to make you accepting of this manipulation, but try to create something to try to make you feel like you felt something like that when you were a child, as young as like even 9 years old. If not even younger, they'll talk about 8 years old at one point. It's so nasty. But that's just the things they do. They have no shame. You hear the nose campaign, they're trying to, oh, by 9, and that. It's like, oh, you're just giving me that same feeling. Not even the same feeling, sorry. And you hear the nose campaign, by the way, I'm glad they do that. This is the control environment as they try to make me think in these ways. the honking is supposed to like kind of boxing the thoughts. So they give me feelings that they make it feel like I felt like that when I was a child. But we're talking about 9, 8 years old. When I was that age, I remember seeing a kid about the same age that came from the US and I was in a foreign country, give me the same feeling that I felt like that, or similar to that, or something that they try to create in the same version. Did not apply to this kid. This kid is probably, I don't know, like 6, 7. She look like, yeah, 6 max. I try to apply that to that kid. That, oh, but you see, but you, it is retardation on its. It is so nasty. It is so retarded. I'm 40. I'm about to be 40. You have somebody in your brain try to rewire your brain and try to make you accept it, that and give you reaction like when you're 3rd grade, 2nd grade, and try to make you accepting of that. And they have these clowns that have no shame. This trash that work for governmental entities filled with pedophiles. It's just so nasty. But you can be frustrated. That's the way they can rewire your brain. That's how they try to break you down. And you gotta be strong. Every time I bring, I was doing this earlier on. And they talk about how I'm going to be feasted. And honestly, the truth is, God give me strength for whatever horror I'm going to go through. But man, I'm more scared if I was them than if it was me. You were destroyed in regard to your facade. Destroyed. The facade they were trying to present is, when I say demolished, just like the demolition, there is completely destruction. Complete. There was this perp who was trying to counter this. And to hear her try to say everything she can to counter this.
Working in private practice with young children, I had a 7-year-old
being tortured.
My hands as, ow, and this was used as they often do. One day she had a large, severe bite mark on her arm. She has also grabbed her crotch, saying, ow.
So I will replay this and she'll say, oh, you're gonna get raped. And I'll be like, okay, what's next?
Bite my hands, as they often do. One day she had a large, severe bite mark on her arm. She has also grabbed her crotch, saying, ow, and this was used to...
You understand?
And me with severe sexual torture.
Sexually torturing children, and every time countering
and that's
it.
Also when they made it worse when I eat. Then I also work with a 4-year-old little girl with Down syndrome, as well as her 5-year-old sister, who also has Down syndrome. I observed both of these girls suddenly grabbing their genitals in pain and verbalizing act. Both of these girls suddenly grabbing their genitals.
So I will bring this in the loop, bringing up, and she'll, oh, you're going to be tortured. You're going to scream. And what she was trying to do is countering the torturing of children. Because that's what they're part of, right? They're involved in a program that does horrible things to children, right? It's destruction of their facade. Because they're involved in something that does these things. And her job was to stop me from thinking about how they torture children. So I will go back again and talk and bring up the fact they torture children in this ways. And she'll be like, oh, you're going to be framed. Oh, you're going to be feasted. And it's a tactic of just trying to disorient the target individual. What's happening to us is systematically done, and they're using trash that at this point have accepted the reality that they torture children. I didn't let them escape. So now what they're doing is to try to counter that reality. Meaning that they're trying to they try to make you I'm sorry, the things that I'm dealing with B2K. and they love to say I'm their pedo. But every time I hear that, it just bring it back to reality of this year. Sorry, I had to like take a second. This is comical to me, and I do laugh about it because this this here.
Why are so many pedophiles allowed to be given top-level security clearance? Remember, these aren't just people walking in off the street and saying, "Hey, can I get?"
Let's talk about why there's so many pedophiles working in the Department of Defense and the just intelligence community. There was a bill that was propped because they were doing so much child porn. In 2019, there's a bill called the National Defense Network Abuse Act, and that bill is because there was so much child porn being downloaded by the employees working at the DoD that they came up with this bill. They were ranked like top tier for child porn downloading, and to have that like it's part of the demolition. Like that's why I laugh about it. Not I would be like, oh no, I'm not. I'm like, you're so funny. It's really, I'm your pedo. This is reality. The reason why my body is being destroyed is because they're using this 21st century weapon system that their pedos have been developing for decades. That's amazing. And they use child like trash that come to the torture of children because that's what they involve. Because with this 21st century that destroyed my body, it's also destroying children's body. And this trash are now rewiring the brain. Oh, we're mapping it. They rewire the brain. It's like, no, but you felt like that when you were a kid. And so they try to, and right now the battle is, but this kid is younger. I'm like, shit, trash. You're just making me have this experience. I'm a grown man, forced to think this way. And then for you, your validation is you felt something like that when you were 8, 9 years old, second or third grade. This is magical. Well, you hear this. Why is there so many pedophiles in these agencies that control these bottom feeders? It's crazy. It's comical and sad at the same time. It's amazing. And they still want me to think it's a femme fatale, fierce woman, just trash ass. It's like, we destroyed me. I was like, really? Wow. Just like I destroyed your facade, you destroyed me. But these people they use children to think that they are war. They really think they're like winners. That's what I love. They are so retarded that the way they can create their, and I know some of them just do it to agitate me, but some of them truly think that this is not a governmental entity that obviously would destroy anybody in the Listen to this. This is what I love. Listen to this woman.
Pursued. And
This is what they do to Target Vigil. Now, this is a woman who's describing her torture and as a Target Vigil.
My name is Kimberly Buckner, and I have been a targeted individual for a very long time. The things I have experienced due to being targeted, they have been unreal. But however, I can personally attest that this is very real indeed. My life has been destroyed in every possible way, and every day has been a struggle for me.
They use this rich. The facade is destroyed. Just like they're destroying Target Vigils all around the world. Because these governmental entities doing that, using human subject as test subject. And they use this retard. They think they're warriors. They're trash and bottom feeders. Just losers of human beings. That just enjoy the incentives. Oh, they come in all shape and form. Oh, but you see, depending on how much they're into it, you see the level of losery. I've noticed the more dedicated they are, they're really on some other level. There's like a level of, there's some, maybe there are things going on, when you start presenting reality, like, okay, I don't want to be this retarded, let me just kind of fall. But then you have the retards, frontliners of this at all. These people are on another level of retardation. They start thinking, we're gonna they start countering every torture you hear here. This woman talk about how she's been destroyed. You hear them trying to counter that. There's a psyop, a facade that wants you to accept a false reality. It's like they distort reality. So you start thinking, oh, it's a group of these people doing that, it's a group of that. But anything but this massive government that obviously is in charge of this thing. And they use child people. It's like, no, we just destroyed you, destroyed. You can't even make your own meal. You are here taking antidepressant. You're like suicidal. Of course I know what's behind this. It's nasty. And to the point where they manipulate your brain and then want you to accept, no, what we're doing, we're mapping your brain. You can talk about let me just, second, third grade. So that we're talking about from 8 to 10 years old.